Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you another Fortnite story. This one is about the time that I shot my roommate while we were playing Fortnite. And like all good stories, this one starts at the flea market near me. So I don't know if you've been to a flea market, but there's always one common denominator across most of them. There's always this guy who's standing at his table, behind his table, chain smoking a cigarette, sitting down sometimes, but usually he's just standing up, looking scary and menacing like this. And every square inch of his table is covered in knives. You know, you've got pocket knives, daggers, switchblades, katanas, all sorts of dangerous stuff. Not sure how much of it is completely legal. So I'm at the flea market and I pass one of these tables, and I usually don't go up to these tables. I have no interest in knives. I'm not killing people. I'm not killing animals. And, you know, I have a pocket knife that does pretty much everything I would need a knife for. So I just tend to avoid those tables. And anyway, the people behind them just look like they want to kill you all the time. You do something wrong, you're just going to pick up one of the knives on the table and cut your throat. So I tend to avoid those tables. And this guy, he looks at me and he asks me if I want to buy anything. And I try saying no. I try politely saying, I don't have any use for this. I don't have the money. And he said, no. The prices are cheap. You can afford this stuff. And I'm sort of just trying to think of any excuse I can to get away from this guy, because I don't want to be in this situation right now. I feel like my life is in danger. He keeps pressing me. He wants me to buy something from his table, telling me his prices are cheap. I ask him just to, make conversation and hopefully provide myself a way out. I say, okay, how much? And he points to a very large knife that I guess you would use to gut fish, and he says, $5 for that. And I don't know why he pointed to that knife. I don't know if I look like a fisherman or someone who would need a gutting knife like that. But that is a reasonable price. He called my bluff. He showed me the price, and if I really wanted a knife, I would not say no to $5 for this knife. So I'm sitting there like just trying to think of a way to get out of this, and I'm drawing a blank. I have no idea how I'm going to get away from this guy. Then he says, "Is this stuff not what you like?" And I'm like, "Yes, thank you." I say, "Yeah, I'm not sort of into knives." And he says, "Okay, I got something for you." Goes under his table, pulls out a gun, it was a pistol. I don't know, I'm totally sure the flea market didn't allow him to have it. And I'm pretty sure it was sort of the deal where, in class, how if you have your phone out and the teacher walks by, you sort of just like put it under the desk or put it in your pocket. So whenever that like cowboy looking dude that collects the money from all the flea market vendors, when he was walking by, I'm sure he just like slid the guns underneath the table so he wouldn't see them. They're not the strictest at these flea markets. You could sell pretty much anything. So he shows me the gun and says $30. And I have no use for a gun. I'm a college student. They wouldn't even allow me to have it on campus. So I want to say no, but this guy looks like if I said no to him, he would follow me to the bathroom and kill me in the stall. So I say, all right, sure, and I buy the gun. And this may sound ridiculous, but I felt like my life was truly in danger at this moment. So I bought the gun. I don't know why, looking back on it. I should have just walked away, but fear took hold of me and I just bought the gun right there. So I have the rest of my day at the flea market. Very fun day, eating some pretzels, buying some Pokemon cards that I'm never going to use, but whatever. Come back to the dorm, and me and my roommates are treating this gun like the hot potato. No one wants to touch it. No one wants to even like acknowledge its existence. So as soon as I get back, I shove that thing as far as I can into my closet, to the point where, I hopefully will just not know that it's there and my roommates won't find it. Any dorm officials won't find it. So that just will buy me some time until I can decide what to do with it, because I obviously don't want that in the dorm. I want to get rid of it as soon as possible. So, and by the way, I should mention, we don't even know if it's loaded or not. We don't know if there are bullets in it. We haven't really inspected it that much because, why would we? I didn't want a gun to begin with. So we put it there, and our night continues as usual. So we did all our homework, all of our, schoolwork, and we did some chores around the house. And then we sort of settled down and we're playing some Fortnite, how we usually end our nights before going to bed. We were playing Fortnite in a squad of 4, and we're doing pretty well. And this was an exceptionally tight game. We're fighting tooth and nail for every second of this. We're coming really close to dying multiple times, healing up, getting right back into it, and our building and our shooting is on point. And this game continues until it's only our squad and one other squad. And this is where our team usually performs best. We like pressure. We like, having everything on the line. Unfortunately, 3 of us go down in this fight against the other squad, but 3 of them go down as well. So it's just a 1v1 between my one roommate and the one other person on this other squad. He is very low on health, the enemy squad mate, by the way. We've all been shooting at him this entire fight. He probably had 30 or 40 HP. Easy stuff, especially for a teammate who's exceptionally good at shotguns. And, he had the gold SPAS 12 or whatever. And he goes up to him and whiffs 3 shots. I've never seen this happen to him. He must have choked under the pressure. We're all screaming at him. I am furious. My face is red and I'm yelling. I'm mad at this guy. And fortunately, the enemy squad mate missed a few of his shots as well, so he's not quite dead yet. But for God knows whatever reason, they're at close range. He pulls out a sniper rifle because he ran out of bullets in his shotgun and tries taking pot shots at this kid, misses all of them, dies, and our victory royale is gone. I cannot describe to you how mad I was at this one roommate for messing up this clutch scenario. So I was so mad, my instincts just took over. So that gun that we were talking about earlier, I take it out of the closet and calmly walk into my roommate's room, and I just shoot him in the leg. I shot him in the leg. And, there was blood, flesh, some bone splinters on the wall, on myself, on his computer monitor. And he starts crying, my roommate's screaming, and it sort of settles in what I just did. I'm thinking to myself, did I just shoot my roommate because he couldn't clutch a Fortnite victory? And, I felt awful. I felt pretty bad about the whole situation. And anyway, we end up getting him to the hospital, and there were some, intense legal questions about how he got this bullet wound at a college campus. So we're good at thinking on our feet. So what we did was we said that we were on our way to a convenience store, and on the way we got mugged by a homeless man. And that seemed to calm the police down and the medical officials at the hospital. They weren't too worried about it. They didn't ask that many questions after we gave that explanation. I don't know if they looked for a homeless man with a gun or anything. But that was sort of the end of it, and we ended up getting rid of the gun. I just threw it in the trash, to be honest. I didn't really take any extreme measures, just threw it in the trash can of my dorm, and it just all blew over. And, I told my friend I was sorry. I bought him a bag of cookies from this, cookie store nearby, and everything went back to normal. And, I'm sure there's a lesson in all this, but I think things went pretty well for us. So that's all for today, folks. Hope to see you next week.